Honorable Minister of Research and Education.
mu isamaa, mu õnn ja rõõm, kui kaunis oled sa, ei leia mina iial teab, see suure laia ilma peal, mis mul nii armas oleks Palun istuge.
Please take your seats. Dear audience, today's Senate session has one item on the agenda. The event is a unique one. The only item on the agenda is Professor Meelis Kitsing's inauguration. Now I would like to ask Mrs. Minister to take the floor. Thank you very much. Honorable President, Honorable Rector, the family of EBS, dear rectors, dear visitors. Let me start with the words that many of you are familiar with, because the founder of this university and a rector, Madis Habakuk, has said, EBS gives these four things to its students: education, a diploma, but also connections and values. And if we add the view from the state, then this appears to be the only private university who offers very innovative education and with international scope. EBS has an international scope in many sense. 9 years ago, it opened its branch in Finland, but in the Baltic countries, it is the oldest business private school. Since its foundation in 1988, EBS has created a large circle of partner schools. And indeed, students have very many opportunities to go and study in the world. But of course, this active movement takes place in the other direction. Today, 1/3 of the students come from abroad. And their interest, of course, is understandable because EBS offers business education, and that has been accredited very highly. In business management, this has brought a level of the world's renowned business universities. Creativity, entrepreneurship, these are the strengths of EBS. This has also been pointed out in our quality assessment. EBS is really highly valued by its alumni, entrepreneurs, students. You are the flag carrier in terms of innovation, because if we take many innovations and now a new thing, nano grades, but of course you aim high, maybe even into a 30-floor height. To build, to develop, to create, these have been the words since 1988. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned, but eventually everything gets done. But naturally, the building of a house is not the only aim for Meelis Kitsing, the new inaugurated rector, because international knowledge and high competence, these allow EBS to participate in business studies all over the world. It is not enough to invite here students from all over the world to add new disciplines. Today, we have a new component, and this is even more valuable: time. This presents new requirements and needs to be thought through, because creative application can prove to be a miracle. We are running to keep time, but at the same time, we need to use our time to take stock in terms of our activities, our thoughts. This has to be done with cooperation with various partners. Dear Rector Arno Alman, thank you very much for your huge work. We are really grateful. The development has really been rapid. And Rector Meelis Kitsing, I wish you in your future activities charisma, depth, understanding and balance. And maybe today is a good time to have new dialogues in the society and to be more friendly. So have every strength and courage. Thank you very much.
Ja ongi aeg asuda inauguratsioonitseremoonia.
And now we start with the ceremony of inauguration. I would like to invite again Minister Mailis Reps, Mr. Tarmo Soomere, and Arno Alman. I know quite well how the three of you, when you open a new building, you need scissors to cut the ribbon. And now this trio will demonstrate how handing over the rector's official badge has to be done.
Ja nüüd ma palun
And now I would
rektor
like to
Meelis
ask
Kitsingul
Rector
ette
Meelis
lugeda
Kitsing
rektori
to
ametivanne
present
ja seejärel
his
öelda
rector's oath
võib-olla mõned
and thereafter
vabalt
perhaps
tulevad sõnad.
say a few words.
Rektori ametivanne.
My rector's
Asudes
oath.
täitma oma
Starting to
kohustusi
fulfill
Estonian
my
Business
duties
Schooli
in Estonian
rektorina
Business School
töötan
as a
järgida
business school
oma
rector, I
tegevuses
promise
Eesti
to
Vabariigi
fulfill
seadusi,
the laws
Estonian
of the
Business Schooli
Estonian
väärtusi,
Republic, the values of
põhikirja
Estonia,
ja
our
akadeemilisi
constitution,
tavasid.
and academic
Kohustan
practices.
pidama oma
I
ametit
oblige
väärikalt
to
ja
carry out my
ausalt
duties
ning hoolitsema
carefully
kõige selle
and
eest,
to take care
mis aitab kaasa ülikooli hüvangule.
do everything that contributes to the benefit of the university.
Austatud haridus- ja teadusminister,
Honorable Minister Mailis Reps,
president Tarmo Soomere,
President of Sciences, Academy of Sciences,
senat,
Honorable
head
Senate,
EBS-i üliõpilased,
dear students of EBS, students of gymnasium, alumni, and colleagues,
sõbrad,
dear
head
friends,
külalised.
guests.
Ma tänan teid, et olete
I would
siia
like to
kogunenud
thank
selle
you
EBS-i jaoks tähtsal
for
päeval.
gathering here
Näen seda, kui teie
today,
toetused
which is
ja
a very important day. I can see that this is your
on EBS-i
support,
jaoks ja mul endal
and this is something that I need in this new office, and it is very important for
EBS-i
me.
eesmärk ei ole ainult
EBS's aim is not
kõrgel
only
tasemel
to
juhtimist ja
offer
majandusharidust,
high-level
vaid luua koos
management
teiega uut väärtust.
studies, but also to create new values. We want to bolster the economic education, research, and enterprise ecosystem in both Tallinn and Helsinki.
Ja kasutan just meelega
And
sõna
I would like to use the word ecosystem deliberately, not because it is a catchphrase and a popular word,
mujal mitmekordistunud,
but
vaid et minu jaoks see
it
sõna
embodies for me,
on rohkem kui kõlav.
it is more than just
Selle näol on
a
tegemist
term.
koosloomega.
It means it embodies people working together, where,
Täiendame üksteist.
well, we complement one another, we create new values, and together we pass on new values. And it is based on mutual understanding and the realization that it is our collective mission to develop economic and management studies and research.
Muidugi
And of course,
on oluline,
such
et
development
seome selle tugevalt ettevõtete
activities must be strongly linked to the needs of companies and other organizations.
koosloome-protsessis
From this process of cooperation or co-creation, it is not only students, researchers, lecturers, managers, and companies who benefit, but the economy and society as a whole. Good management helps to increase a company's efficiency and thereby contributing to overall productivity and boosting the well-being of us all.
teie oskused,
Your skills,
teadmised,
knowledge,
nõu,
and advice,
panus ühel või teisel
and the
kujul
contribution you make, whatever form
aitavad
it
meil seda
takes,
missiooni saavutada.
help us to fulfill that
Kuid
mission.
teadmistest ja
However,
oskustest
knowledge
Eestis
alone in
ja
Estonia
Soomes üksi
and
ei
Finland
piisa
is not enough
kaasaegse
for modern
majandushariduse ja
economic
teaduse jaoks,
education
mis on
and
oma
research,
olemuselt
which
rahvusvaheline.
are international by
Eriti,
nature.
kui me tahame olla
This is especially
arenguses
true
mõned
if we
sammud
want to
ees,
stay a few steps ahead
ja neid
of
kujundada,
developments, shaping
mitte
them
neile
rather than
lihtsalt
responding to
reageerida.
them.
Seetõttu on
That
meie
is why
jaoks
it is
oluline
important for us to
õppida
learn
parimatelt
from the
maailmast,
best in the world
teha laialist
and to pursue
rahvusvahelist
wide-ranging
koostööd.
international cooperation.
EBS on viimaste
EBS
aastate jooksul,
has
nagu minister siin juba
internationalized
mainis,
significantly in
oluliselt
recent years, as the
rahvusvahelistanud
minister already pointed out.
meie õppurid
And
tulevad
our students
42
now come from
erinevast
42
riigist.
different countries.
Siin ainuüksi viimase aasta jooksul on meiega
The
liitunud
past year
õppejõude
saw
Ameerika Ühendriikidest,
new staff from the United States, China, Italy, Colombia, Finland, and other countries.
ja seda rahvusvahelistumist
I intend to maintain this
jätkata
course
ühel või teisel
on
kujul,
one heading or another,
neid määramatusi, mis meil on.
tweaking our plans in response to rising uncertainty.
Nobeli majanduspreemia
Nobel
laureaat,
Prize winner and
Massachusettsi
Massachusetts
instituudi
Institute of Technology economics professor
tehnoloogiainstituudi MIT majandus- ja juhtimisteaduste
Bengt
professor
Holmström
Holmström esines
spoke
siinsamas
in this very
EBS-i
hall
aulas
2.5
2,5 aastat
years
tagasi.
ago.
Ja Bengt tõi välja
And Bengt highlighted in his
erinevuse
presentation
ülikooli
the differences
ja
between
ettevõtte
managing a
ja muude
university and
organisatsiooni
managing
liikmete vahel.
a company or
Bengti
some other
sõnul,
organization.
ettevõttes
As Bengt
ja
said,
teistes organisatsioonides
companies and
püüdlevad
indeed
töötajad
many
selle
other
poole,
organizations, the
et
employees
ülemused
strive to ensure
neid hästi
that their
hindaksid.
bosses rate them highly.
Kui me vaatame ülikoole,
When we take a look at,
siis
say,
teaduri
university,
õppejõude
then
huvitab
researchers and
ennekõike
lecturers are
see,
primarily interested
kuidas
in
hindavad
how
nende
their
panust
contribution
teised
is rated
teadlased
by
ja
other scientists and
Seda mitte
professors,
ainult
and not just
enda ülikoolis,
at their own
vaid
university, but
maailmas.
around the world.
Olen seda
I
Bengti
have
mõtet
discussed this idea of
doktorantidega
banks with
korduvalt
doctoral
arutanud,
students
näiteks
when
lepingu
looking
orienteeritud
at
õppimisel,
contract theory,
mis on üks
for example,
koolkond majandusteadustes.
which is one school
Ja leitakse, et
in,
see on
in our
väga-
studies, and they
võib-olla nii
feel
väga heas ülikoolis.
that
on
a very good
ideaal.
university, this is presumably
ma arvan, et
an
selliseid
ideal. It is an
ideaale me
ideal, and it is the
pürgime.
ideal we must
Ja
strive. We
Bengt ei
must
saa siin olla ja
strive
sellest
to.
ise pikemalt rääkida.
I would like
Tallinnasse
to talk about it
raske reisida.
even further, but it was
Aga
difficult for
ma
Bengt
usun, et
to
pahandage, kui ma
travel
arendan
from Boston
mõtet,
here. But I would like to
et,
take and expand
kui me
Bengt's
õpetame
idea. If we
nii,
teach
et meie
our
õppurid
students
näevad
so
seost
that
sellel
they see
enda arenguga.
it is connected to their own developments, and if our contribution to research and teaching is relevant and creates value for companies, the economy and society, then obviously
Kõrgelt
people
EBS-is
will rate it at
laiemalt
EBS
Soomes
in Estonia,
ja mujal
in Finland, and elsewhere in the world.
Aitäh!
Thank you.
aitäh, Meelis!
Thank you, Meelis.
Head kohalviibijad, nüüd on meil suurepärane
Dear audience,
võimalus
now
video
we
vahendusel
have
kuulata
a
EBS-i
splendid
Eesti
opportunity
Panga
to
presidendi Madis Mülleri.
listen to Madis Müller, our alumni and previous rector. Dear EBS, on behalf of the alumni, I would like to welcome the new rector, Mr. Meelis Kitsing, and also I would like to thank him, Mr. Arno Alman, the previous rector, for being an engine of development. As alumni, we have received academic knowledge and a push from EBS, and we are really very grateful for this. But naturally, we wish to see our home university to grow and become even better. There is no doubt that EBS has renewed its curricula and has become more international. This is the right path. It is a renowned business university that offers multifaceted education to its students. Its innovative approach is clearly sensed in the school, in the facilities, when viewing the curriculum. Rector Alman, over the past years, has been striving for these developments, and therefore I would like to thank on behalf of the alumni. I'm also sincerely pleased to wish every success to Meelis Kitsing, the new rector, and I have no doubt that Meelis's sound academic background as a professor and lecturer of business studies, and also his experience outside the university, gives him all the requirements to be successful in his new office. I would like him to use this to create an even stronger platform for cooperation between enterprises, organizations, public sector. And that, I mean, in Estonia and also internationally. I would like to wish every success to the new rector and EBS.
ja nüüd on mul hea meel
And now I have the pleasure to give the floor
rektorite
to
nõukogu esimeest
the head of the Rectors
ja kõnepulti.
Council, Rector Mart Kalm.
Austatud minister,
Honorable Minister,
akadeemia president,
President of the Academy of Sciences, Honorable new and previous Rector, all participants here.
avalik-õiguslike ülikoolide nimel on mul
On behalf of our universities, I have the pleasure to welcome today the most important private university in Estonia, EBS. Now that you have a new rector, this is a very important step ahead in the development of your university. Your university has an extraordinary role in the development of Tallinn. You are located as suitable in the business center of Tallinn. You are a good neighbor to other universities, the University of Arts, but we also are located in the center, or in the vicinity, and no capital can function successfully unless its center is filled with tourists, officials, businesses. Each well-functioning heart of the capital needs an academic atmosphere, professors, students, together with their absent-mindedness and everything that comes with it. Only universities together, we can renew the center of Tallinn to become a better place. And now we can see the foundations of your new building that will be a significant viewpoint of Tallinn. And I wish you strength and every success in the implementation of your plans under your new rector.
Suur tänu, Mart.
Thank you, Mart. And now I would like to invite here the President of the Academy of Sciences to continue the welcoming speeches.
Austatud lahkuv rektor,
Honorable
uus rektor,
rectors, minister, many rectors, and the academic family here.
ülikoolid on ju
Universities are very strange places. When you see the people who come to study here, then they wish to change the world, and the amount of these is much bigger than the amount of those who finish the studies. The Canadian philosopher Marshall McLuhan has formulated this paradox as a maxim, and I'm quoting, "The reason why universities are so full of knowledge is because that students come here owning so much and they leave with so little. And this little, that is called education, has to be extremely high quality." Of course, we want to talk about changes in the society, but the role of universities is changing very fast. Only a couple of decades ago, this was the storage of knowledge, storages of knowledge, but today they have a different and even a more important role. They are able to absorb childish expectations and hopes and develop young people into the new engines of the society. Not a long time ago, many of us had expectations that we are now entering a good new information world. And then there was this harsh realization. We ended up in a world which is dominated by noise. Information is often filtrated or even bent, twisted.
Digitaalsesse maailma on salvestatud
Digital world records an enormous amount of information, but it is even more complicated to understand what of it is accurate. And the central question in choosing your life path is to understand where can I find adequate and realistic information. Researchers, universities, lecturers are chasing after it. They hope that perhaps other universities, other scientists possess this information. And therefore, this information flow management and, most and foremost, the correct, accurate interpretation of new knowledge
kasvavaks ja suuremaks ülesandeks.
has become a more challenging task. In science, being it pure mathematics or engineering sciences, it is relatively easy to create a suitable experiment, to check the results, or to go back in logic chain to the starting terms. But in social and humanitarian studies, not to say economic studies, this undefinable share is really inevitable and organic. In order to communicate it and to manage it, and to teach how to manage it. This is one of our biggest challenges. And this is something that I would like to wish the new rector: endless patience and joy over achievements, and perhaps also some reading suggestions. If you see that you have books on your table, people can understand that you're changing, but we don't know in which direction.
Suur tänu, Tarmo.
Thank you very much, Tarmo.
Meil on varuks veel üks videopöördumine.
Dear audience, we have one more video
Baltic Management Development Association
from Vilnius, from Lithuania, from Virginijus Kundrotas. Dear Professor Meelis Kitsing,
Baltic Management Development Association, let me sincerely congratulate you.
Tahaksin teid tänada ja õnnitleda teid sellise erakordse olukorra puhul. Tegemist ei ole mitte ainult auväärse tööga, vaid see on ka väga nõudlik. Te peate integreerima intellektuaalselt huvitavaid inimesi. Ma olen kindel, et olete edukas. Teie professionaalsed oskused
activities and experiences would definitely serve for this purpose. Estonian Business School has been a founding member of Baltic Management Development Association when it was established in 2002. And since then, it has been always showed itself as an example of entrepreneurship and innovations. And I wish that under your leadership, Estonian Business School not only keep these best traditions, but also will develop the new qualities with your vision, with your ideas, will expand and grow, showing the example not only in the Baltic area, but in the whole Central Eastern and Europe in general. I wish you strength, energy, support from your community, and definitely we are giving support from Baltic Management Development Association. We wish you good luck in your position and looking forward for our joint collaboration. Sincerely yours, Virginijus Kundrotas, President of Baltic Management Development Association.
Ja nüüd on mul hea meel
And now I have the pleasure to give the floor to the representative of EBS students. Martin Mee. Students, of course, are the most natural part of the university. Please, Martin.
Austatud minister,
Honorable
austatud
Minister,
akadeemia president, rektorid,
President of the
EBS-i
Academy,
külalised.
a family of EBS, our
Alustuseks
guests.
sooviksin ma
First of all, I would
kogu
like to
EBS-i üliõpilaskonna poolt tänada
say
sind,
on
Tarmo,
behalf
kõigi nende
of
aastate eest, mil sa
EBS
EBS-i
students
juhtisid.
to thank
Võin omast
Mr.
kogemusest kinnitada,
Rector Alman. I
et
can
see side
only
ja
confirm
sama tasandi
that this
suhtlusstiil, mis sul on meie
connection
üliõpilastega
and the
olnud,
style
on
of
olnud
communication
äärmiselt
that you
hinnatud
have
meie üliõpilaste poolt.
shown is highly appreciated by students. This has made us feel that we are
Neelis, sooviksin,
highly regarded and
EBS-i
our
üliõpilaste
opinion
esinduse
is
poolt,
taken into account.
et
Rector
meie
Kitsing,
üliõpilaste rektori vaheline suhe
the relationship between rectors and students, I wish it will be as solid as it has been, because we are standing in the midst of changes. And what was usual yesterday is not so today. And this is what we can contribute to. And it is important that the initiative of EBS students and that their activities are encouraged. And therefore, I wish you strength, that you are even more ambition in instilling courage to our students and to undertake new challenges. I can only confirm that we are fully supporting you as students, and we are prepared to implement all these wonderful plans and take all the challenges. Thank you. Thank you very much, Martin.
Nüüd ma loodan, et siit uksest
Now I
tuleb
hope
sisse kammerkoor.
that our
ei ole-
chamber choir
Ei ole vaja
will
kolm korda
enter,
arvata,
and you don't have to guess 3 times why they are here.
akadeemilise ürituse lõpuks
To
laulame kõik
end
üheskoos
our
Gaudeamus.
academic event, we would like to sing Gaudeamus.
palun kõigil püsti tõusta.
Please all stand.
Head kohalviibijad,
Dear
see oli minu jaoks
participants,
20 aasta jooksul kõige
This,
lühem
for
senati
me,
istung.
has been the shortest meeting of the Senate over the
EBS-i lipp
past
välja
20
viia,
years. I would like
lippurite ja lipu
to
järel
ask
lahkub
to carry out
EBS-i
the
senat.
flag of EBS,
Ma tean, et
and the flag is going to be followed by the Senate, and I expect that everybody is anxious to
kaasa soovima.
extend all good wishes to
Aga
Meelis,
arvestades
but
epidemioloogilist olukorda,
taking into account our epidemiological situation, I suggest that we go to the courtyard where we can
neid õnnitusi üle anda ja ka muid asju toetada.
welcome the new president, the new rector in a free atmosphere.